Good enough never is. Let's talk about that. Welcome to the Patriot Training YouTube channel. My name is Clay Howell. I'm the owner and head firearms instructor at Patriot Training. The purpose of this video is to talk about, well, that's good enough. Because it never is, my friends. Problem is, good enough gets people killed. It's when somebody says, that's good enough. The problem is it just isn't. And I'll give you an example of what I mean. I go to the range and I'm shooting and I see somebody else shooting and they have a man-sized target and they finally get one shot in the 10 ring. That's good enough. No, it's not. What you need to be able to do is stack your shots in that 10 ring on command. Assuming your rifle and your ammo combination is capable of that, you, the shooter, should be able to do that at a given distance. And they think just making that shot once was good enough. That shot could have been luck. It may not have been skill. The reason I make this distinction is because the real term, what is really truly good enough, is a moving target, and sadly that target's not getting any closer, it's not getting any easier to hit. And I mean physically, and I also mean, in a sense of intellectually as well. Whether your skill is good enough or not, if you can one time hit that 10 ring, okay, great, awesome. That might have been luck, that might have been on purpose, I don't know. When you can always hit that 10 ring, that's a lot better. But now let's see if you can do it when you're tired. Let's see if you can do it when you're bleeding. Let's see if you can do it when you're panicked. Let's see if you can do it when you're in the dark. At a Patriot Training class, we're not going to cut you open and make you bleed, and very, very few of them happen in the dark. So what we do is we do stress induce a few of our exercises with only offering this particular exercise, and it may be some kind of an evaluation, if you will, and we only offer it when you're tired. And we will put a time limit on it, and that tends to panic a lot of people. So by stress, by some artificial stress induction, that person can find out, they take a little bit closer step to what actuality might be by introducing those small bits of stress into the situation. They teach you how much better you need to make yourself through your practice and your training. Because we have the saying that you won't rise to the occasion, you will fall to the level of your training. What we're also saying with that is that mediocrity really masquerades itself as safety. Somebody gets to a point where, okay, I can hit that 10 ring, 5 shots out of 10, and the others were in the 9, and that's just my sights are off. No, your sights weren't off. You just were jerking the trigger. And what this mindset does is it provides a level of emotional safety for a person, and that may not be the complete honest truth. That might be a little bit of a stretch. And taking a weekend class certainly isn't going to make you any more capable than putting on gym clothes would make you fit, for example. But the fact of the matter is, once you take that class and start practicing and see where your real skills are, then that lets you know what you need to practice and work on. And I believe that's one of the major hang-ups on a number of people that don't take classes. I think that's why they don't, is they're afraid of having their ego shattered. So what does success look like? Well, discipline is the divide between the casual shooter and the really good shooter. That great shooter was not born a great shooter. They chose to be one, and they chose it using repetition instead of seeking some kind of reputation. The difference between trained and dangerous is going to be a deliberate effort that's applied when nobody's watching. That means not only did you take your training class, but after that you went to the range and started applying those fundamentals in your practice routines. Because winning is survival, not necessarily winning the fight, but simply surviving it. If we train just to survive and you fall to the lowest level of your training, you might not make that. So what you need to do is you need to train to win so that when everything goes awry, you will still survive. That's the kicker here. You've got to train well above and beyond what you're likely to be tested on when the chips are down. What about you? What do you think? Leave me a comment down below. I'd like to encourage you to hit like, hit subscribe, and click that notification bell so you can find out when the next Patriot Training video is released. And as always, I must remind you, you don't have to be a Patriot to train, but you do have to train if you want to be a Patriot. Take care.